morning. And before I get into today's lecture, I just want to thank all of my supporters and everyone for supporting my channel. You know, my YouTube channel truly would not be where it's at today without all of my supporters. So with that being said, let's get on down to today's, this morning's very important lecture, which is tips. I'm gonna give some tips on how to grow your YouTube channel. And all of these tips that I'm going to talk about, I utilize since the birth of my channel over 4 years ago to get my channel to where it's at right now today. And these tips, the most important tip is you got to have wellness incorporated into your life. When I say wellness, I'm talking about exercise, whatever you want to do. I don't care if it's walking, free weights, light weights, your meditation, on a consistent basis. You got to take care of yourself, your physical, your mental, your spiritual, overall, all around 100% wellness. And one of the things I've always done when I do probably a live stream lecture. I do video. I publish content daily, but when I'm doing a lot of my live stream lectures, I'm going to kill two birds in one stone. I'm going to get out. I'm going to walk this trail. And you got to understand, when you're outside in the natural environment, and there's so many trails in my area, you ain't just walking on no flat surface. You're walking on incline, decline, you're working cardiovascular. I can walk this trail as far as it want to go, 100 miles. And so I'm getting my exercise, I'm getting outside in the natural environment, I'm doing incline, decline, I'm working my cardiovascular, I'm getting a full body workout. And in addition, I do my light weights. So I'm gonna work out, if anyone, for 5 to 7 days a week. But when I do this at the same time I'm doing a live stream, then I'm improving my overall health. When I'm doing this, it helps me come up with different topics in terms of my YouTube channel. And I'm telling you that health and wellness plays a great impact on your mind, your body, your spirit, your thinking sharper. You're coming up with great ideas to publish content on your channel, and that's critical, versus having an imbalance, versus you ain't taking care of yourself, versus your health all broken down. Because when your mind, body, and spirit is broken down, you ain't coming up with ideas for your channel. You're not thinking clear. Your many things begin to crumble in your life. Rather, it's your home life, your health, everything. So what I've always known is, and I've always knew the power of wellness, but I'm telling you, by me incorporating this, especially since I'm a content creator, has played a powerful impact on pushing my YouTube channel people into a whole nother stratosphere. You know, it has had a direct impact on my channel getting brand deals, because I'm taking care of me. I'm going to take care of me. You got to understand and know the power of balance and depugging. Cameras ain't rolling on Marie Holiday 24/7. Because when I publish my content, because I treat it like a business model, when I publish my content, I deplug and I move on with the rest of my day. With the rest of responsibilities within my life I got to do, rather it's meet with a stakeholder, rather it's a doctor's appointment, or rather doing nothing, just nothing, my time. Cameras ain't rolling on me. And that really helped me understand that when I get ready to publish content, I do what I got to do, and I deplug, and I move on. And I'm telling you, you do that, that will have a direct impact on the growth of your channel, because you're well rested, you're balanced, you're coming up with fresh ideas on an ongoing basis, versus it turning into more like a struggle because you have created an imbalance just because you're a content creator. You know, no different from if you got a W-2 job. I mean, even though I've been retired, fully retired September of 2023, but all throughout my working history, 40 plus years in my working adult life, I have always maintained a balance between my personal life and on any job, people. And this is real talk. And because many content creators are getting burnt out, frustrated, disgruntled, and just by listening to these content creators, and one of the commonalities I hear, and you can see it, it's no balance. They eat, drink, sleep, and breathe and being a content creator. They on everybody else's live stream or other folks on their live stream. They're taking comments personal if it's a negative comment on their channel, and they verse that or they verse their concerns on these platforms. I'm not listening, looking at these people. These people are in the world of social media. You don't know these people. They don't but they may know you if you're creating an imbalance and you're putting all your personal information out there. You're telling your own business, and then when you do that, you're setting yourself up for all types of comments. And I'm just listening to this. I do have a handful of subscribers because I spend a lot of time in the natural environment where I meet people in the real world. Engaging them in ongoing dialogue. So they may know me on a personal bold level, but not personal. So I say that to say, when there's an imbalance as a content creator, that's going to have a negative impact on you being able to produce content, come up with great ideas, and also it's going to have a negative impact on other areas of your life because you're going to be neglecting real world duties. The responsibilities of your household, your kids, your significant other, because you're so absorbed into this fake reality. Because in reality, people, social media is a fake reality, and many people have become so imbalanced to the point they have now become out of touch with reality. Real talk. I've known situations where people have lost their children to social media because they have become addicted to social media. Now they're neglecting their kids. They're not managing the business of the household. They're not feeding their kids. They're not watching their kids because they're glued to the world of social media. This is real talk, people. So that balance is everything in terms of key to the success of your channel, to growth of your channel. That balance is key to the success of you. That in terms of overall improved health and wellness and spirituality, all of that, your physical health. And I'm telling you, since I fully retired September 2023, which I've always worked out, but in the year of 2024, in the year 2024, I literally, without even realizing, lost well over 80 plus pounds. Because I'm out here on the decline. You want to be eating right. Get rid of the junk food. That ties into wellness. Real talk. Keeping up with your doctor's appointments, your lab work, your annual physicals, your pap smear, all of those maintenance medical appointments. Keep up with your appointments. That ties into wellness, people. Because when your body is well physically and spiritually, that's going to help you think clear. That's going to help you make better decisions. Not just being a content creator. No, that's going to help you make better decisions in all areas of your life. Real talk. All that plays a role. And if you got some content creators so glued into the world of social media, they ain't half going to their doctor's appointments. They eating unhealthy. They ain't paying attention to their lab work because they're so glued. It has become an imbalance in the world of social media to the point they're neglecting themselves. They neglecting the kids, they neglecting themselves, they're neglecting the significant others. Many of them have quit their job, and are thinking that they're going to be able to live off a YouTube check. And that's just insanity. Whatever money you're making from YouTube, I tell anybody, you should view that as another source of income. I've always known the power of multiple streams of income, because I've been a content creator for well over 4 years. And prior to me retiring, what I looked like quitting my retirement job before I retired just because I was a content creator. Really? I get a pension for the rest of my life with benefits. So I tell folks, whatever amount of money you're making as a content creator, that don't mean you go quit your job. Because that YouTube check you get every month can fluctuate. You may do good 1 month financially. You can go through months of no income because your channel had no financial growth. You can't pay your bills like that. And you should view whatever amount of money you make as a content creator just as another stream of income. I don't even touch my YouTube checks. I reinvest that money. But rather or not I get a YouTube check or not, that ain't stopping my revenue from my pension. That ain't stopping the revenue from under my company, Paris and Associates Resource Center. That ain't stopping my royalty checks from my two-world renowned publishing company on my book title, Awake Financial Freedom. You know, the first publishing company, Page Publishing Company, that book hit all major bookstores, over 3 years ago, going on 4. And then my audio version became available well over a year ago. So those publishing companies are tracking my sales. I don't have to worry about that. Only thing I worry about is my royalty checks hitting me every quarter for the rest of my life from 2 world-renowned publishing companies, which that's 2 more streams of income. So I say that to say, don't matter how much money you make from YouTube, view it as another source of income. But the key thing is, in terms of continued growth and success of your channel, you got to maintain a balance. You got to have the overall wellness and health and taking care of yourself so you can continue to be an effective content creator versus one of those content creators who has lost touch with reality, disgruntled, mad at the world because from their perception, their channel is not where it needs to be. But if you watch them and listen to them, it's an imbalance. Cameras rolling all the time. When they get up in the morning, throughout the day, when they're out shopping, cameras rolling. When they go on doctor's appointments, the camera rolling. When they're with the kids, the camera rolling. I'm just looking at this. In to each his own, but I embrace that business model as a content creator. You know, we get a 1099 at the end of the year to reflect on how much money we make on a monthly basis. So it's no different if you're on a W-2 job. You ain't gonna take that job home with you when you get off, whatever your shift is. If you work on a W-2 full-time job, when you get off, I hope you ain't taking that job home with you. There's a separation between you and that job and your personal life. It should be. It should be no different from being a content creator if you embrace that business model. And I'm telling you, you begin to start making sure you got balance and taking care of yourself. That wellness, the physical, the spirituality, the mental, and all of that, that'll keep you, that you will begin to see a positive impact in all areas of your life, not just being a content creator. You will begin to see a positive impact on all areas of your life, but specifically, most important, being a content creator. So share this information. And again, I want to thank all of my supporters and everyone for supporting my channel. My channel truly will not be where it's at today without all of my supporters. With that being said, simplify, simple fidelis, and I'm leaving you in the care of your own conscience. Have a great day.